morning. Happy Tuesday. Hopefully the background noise isn't too loud. I've just left the office door open and my mum's downstairs and she's watching TV and vacuuming. So it's Tuesday morning. I slept as late as possible this morning, and as you would have seen, I was a little stiff and sore getting out of bed. Yesterday's session, we didn't really talk about it afterwards, but it was really a struggle for me. I was still feeling sort of Saturday and Sunday session, so all I wanted to do was just do easy running, but Russ was like, no, that's not on the program, and I think it'd be good for you to push yourself a little bit. So we ended up doing 300s on 3 minutes at like 50-60%, and then we did some fast 150s, and then I had about 10 minutes, and then I did 2 300s as hard as I could, and the goal was for the second one to be faster than the first one. The first one I just went way too hard, and so unfortunately the second one wasn't as great as we'd want it to be, but Russ was really happy with the session overall because he was like, you were clearly working in that second one, and he's like, if you had paced the first one correctly, your second one would have been, you know, the time you wanted it to be. Yeah, he was really, really happy. So consequently, I came home very stiff, sore and tired. So I did a little bit of recovery before I got into bed. It is much later on in the day now. I've done gym. I've just finished lunch, which was really good. We had salmon. We usually do have salmon on Tuesday, and it's going to be one of my favourite meals. Day is going well. I haven't been super productive. I've just been getting little things done that like need to be done but are not like urgent, but they'll become urgent if I don't do them. Yeah, it's good. We have had a few COVID cases today, 4 I believe, and there's some under investigation, so that's a little concerning, but they sort of told us not to worry about them, so I'm going to try very hard not to worry about them. Sorry, excuse me. So this afternoon, instead of doing plyometrics like I usually do, because I'm still like really stiff and sore, I have to say after the gym I was wanted, so I went and got a Gatorade, and honestly that has really helped. So I'm thinking some of it might be a little bit of dehydration because it has been quite humid and hot here, and now it's cool again. So yeah, I'll make sure I brought a few, so I'll make sure I have one with lunch sort of for the next couple of days, and hopefully that'll perk me right up. But like I was saying, because I am a little bit sore, this afternoon instead of plyometrics, I'm going to do just some stride throughs and stuff like that, and hopefully have an early night. Happy Wednesday. I almost said Thursday then because we were working on some stuff that's due tomorrow. Hello. You may notice it is Wednesday and I'm working from home. That would be because yesterday, as I mentioned, we had a number of community cases of COVID, and because of that, in certain enclosed areas now you're meant to go back to wearing a mask, which includes offices. We can't social distance enough in the office that to like not have to wear masks. So my boss gave me a call yesterday. You probably would have seen I had that wonderful sheet mask on, and he basically said, let's just work from home for the next 3 days because Monday's a public holiday, and he said we'll review it again on Tuesday because I work from home on Tuesday. So I was like, okay. And I felt a bit foolish because one of my jobs is to like help manage the office and the staff in it, and I hadn't even thought of that because everyone in the office is double vaxxed. The last person to get it was actually getting theirs today. So I didn't even think of that. So I felt so stupid. And I've spoken to my boss this morning and we went through that, and he said, look, we are all double vaxxed now. So he said, hopefully in the next round of like restrictions and stuff, that will be taken into account. But he said, otherwise, he said, it just sucks that we've all have to keep working from home. It's really killing like the culture in the office. So he said we might just have to suck it up and leave on a mask all day. And that's fine. I wouldn't actually have to wear it all day, because when we get in the morning, there's only a couple of us and we sit far enough apart that we wouldn't have to have a mask on. And I'm also shifting desks next week. I'm going into my old manager's desk just so, because we have a staff member moving up from interstate, and we just decided the best thing was to put him in my desk because he'll be near one of the teams he'll work parallel with. So I would be then far enough away from everyone and in the corner that I could probably just sit there for most of the day without a mask. But yeah, anyway, so that's why I'm at home. This morning I'm just checking stuff and fixing things up. We've got to pay some money and it's another big invoice, so I'm sort of just doing all the checks. I've been doing the checks for like 2 weeks, but now I really need to hammer down and make sure they're correct, because we've got a whole new team who's doing this process and they've never done it before, so I have to make sure, like I have to walk them through it basically. Training this afternoon, it's a bit gloomy and overcast, and they're saying we're going to get some really heavy storms. So I am meant to be racing on the weekend, but I haven't nominated yet because we'll just see with the storms and these COVID restrictions, if they bring in any more, if the race gets cancelled. But yeah, I'll just keep working away.
Your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Freeze you like I'm Elsa, so I let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Freeze you like I'm Elsa, so I let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, never know. Talking like Geronimo, get dropped down like some dominoes. Blues and greens and pinks, I got a lot of those. Yeah, you know, talking slime, I can't relate to snakes, I see a lot of foes. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, head to toe. Said you got your own style, that's just slang for you, ain't got it though. Talking like you got it, that's a problem, I might let them know. Freeze you like I'm Elsa, so I let it.
Happy Thursday. As you saw this morning, I shifted my desk over a little bit. I just get a little bit of a better breeze there and also a bit of cross light. Also, I noticed in our all staff meeting yesterday, clearly I was paying a lot of attention, that you could see our dingy air conditioning unit in that, and I didn't want that in the background. Oh, I got a pimple. Look at that. No, that's not gonna work. So it's actually found out it was pretty overcast today. We've had 6 COVID cases in the community, so we're going back to stage 2 restrictions, and I've just sort of spent a couple of hours looking at them, and I've just spoken to my boss, and basically we can still go to the office next week. We might have to wear masks if we can't social distance, but from both of our memories, as long as the restrictions don't change, like the rules don't change from the last stage 2 restrictions, we can social distance enough that we can sit in the office without masks. But like Luke and I were saying, we're probably going to have to accept that at some stage we're going to be in the office and we're going to have to wear masks. This pimple is really big, it's growing. I should put some ice on it, that'd probably fix it. So yes, oh, my coach just messaged me. I was a little bit worried about the weekend competition, but stadiums stay at 75%, so I'm sure that our little local inter-club meet will be fine, so that's good. Training last night went really, really well. We did just beat the storm, which was fantastic. It started storming as I was driving home. I personally don't really care about running in the rain. My only concern is always like when I get home a bit later and I have to go to work the following day. I have to spend time getting my hair neat and tidy again because I don't want it to be a frizzy mess. And if I got to go to work the next day, it's just into bed later. Yeah, anything else? Oh, I'm getting my hair done this afternoon and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but since I've left my hair like its lighter natural look color, one of the things it does in the sun because I spend so much time in the sun, is it goes quite bronze, and it's a pretty color, but I just prefer it to be a more cooler setting than a warmer one. So I just go and get this ash toner put on it. I also want to get it tidied up a little bit because it's kind of just... So I'm really looking forward to that. And also the restrictions mean that that can still happen as well, thankfully. So that's really good. I've been a little bit stiff and sore all week, and I'm starting to feel really good. Like last night we did a little bit of speed and we did some stuff over hurdles, and then did some flat 200s, and they all felt really good. So I'm glad that I'm going back to feeling a little bit better. I do think that I gave blood a couple of weeks ago, and I do think that I've been a little bit flat because they take quite a bit of blood, and I naturally have quite low iron. It's still safe and healthy for me to donate. I just think I probably should have done the follow-up iron stuff, but I know better for next time, and I will be better for next time. It's almost lunchtime now, so I'm gonna do a little bit more work. At lunch, I would like to get out and just do some hurdle drills just to sort of stretch my legs and, you know, not get stiff and sore.
Let it go. Eeny, miny, mo. Head to toe. Said you got your own style. That's just slang for you. Ain't got it though. Talking like you got it.
So guys, over lunch, something very exciting happened. My new license turned up. I've obviously covered all the personal information, but I've had like my learner's permit and whatnot for over 10 years, and you have to get a new license photo every 10 years in Queensland. So I had to go and do it in person. And I just wanted to say, like, this one on the left is my old one, and this one on the right is obviously my new one. Okay, you know, I've gone from looking like a criminal who's just slaughtered your family to looking slightly stoned there. But I have to say, like, I had this photo taken when I was in high school, and I think I had a lot of like braces, plates and that. Basically I had 11 years worth of them, and I've lost my retainer, so I have to go back into Invisalign to fix it, but that's not the point. I just want to say, like, I had braces, and I pretty much got them on full time at the end of high school until my early 20s, and honestly, look how much it has changed my face. Seriously. I think I also lost my wisdom teeth as well, and that probably helped things a bit, but honestly, yeah. Also, the other exciting thing that arrived was the case for my iPhone 13 Pro Max. I mean, the phone hasn't turned up, and there's an estimated date in the app, but yeah, case is here, so that's exciting.
It's a problem, I might let them know. Freeze you like a mouse or something, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. 10 toes, keep it thorough, stepping out for sure, though, time to let them know. Rubber band bands, I got a lot of dough. Oh, for sure, working around the clock sometimes.
No. Pretty Caroline, stone cold stunner. She wants.
Good morning. Yeah, it's Friday. Woohoo! It's still really overcast. It actually rained for most of the night. We were pretty lucky, and we missed out on all the storms. They sort of went around where I live. But yeah, definitely there were some serious storms. I think they're forecasting storms for today, but it should be fine tomorrow. So obviously, as you can see, I got my hair done. It was too dark last night to show you when I got home. But yeah, all I really did was just get the toner put in, like I said, and it's just less bronze now. So I'm very happy with that. Oh, I've just found a bobby pin in my hair. There you go. So the plans for today, just running through the last of everything for the week, getting prepared. It's a long weekend, so that's very exciting. And we have a new member of staff starting next week. And they've just set up some interviews with me to introduce them to some of the stuff I do. Only 3 COVID cases today. 1 was in hotel quarantine, and the other 2 they're not super concerned about, so that's good. So that means the race will be on tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't end up doing my hurdle drills yesterday just because I sort of worked through lunch, and then Mum and I went out for a walk, as you saw, and by the time I got back there wasn't enough time to do that and then get to the hairdresser in time. So I'll make sure I do those today, which I think will be really good, because I've had yesterday as a recovery day, and today I can just do something sort of light and small to get the body ready for racing tomorrow.
Started working at the dawn.
So I have just finished up for the week, and just before I finish this video off, I just wanted to talk a little bit about how this week I had been saying a little bit like I was tired and lethargic and that sort of stuff. Firstly, I just want to say there's nothing wrong with me. I think it's important to recognize that in any sort of training cycle, whether or not you're an elite athlete who's aiming for the Olympics or you're just working out to generally have a healthier life, you're going to go through these ebbs and flows where you do feel super motivated, and then other weeks you just feel so low energy and everything is such an effort. And really this week was one of those weeks for me. That session on Monday for me was just so hard, and it was a physically hard session. But I just turned up to training and I was already quite tired and exhausted, and I really struggled to get myself in the headspace that I needed to be to do that session. I did. I was not 100% happy with it. Russ, my coach, was happy with it. And yes, on the surface of things, it was a very good session. But for me, I was not happy with it because I knew that I just didn't have the headspace I needed to have going into it. But that's a real reality of being an athlete. You know, you have other things in your life, and how you control them will determine how successful you are on race day and even in training sessions. So as the week went on, I got a little bit lucky. We did work from home for 3 days, so that just meant that I could spend a little bit longer in bed every day, and I didn't have to go and, you know, exert myself in that, you know, being polite to people. And, you know, because sometimes being around people and being in social circumstances is really emotionally and physically draining. So I really took it as a really great thing this week that I could work from home for a few days and I could really control who I was coming in contact with. Last night I did go and get my hair done, as you know, and for the first time in a while, the salon was like super busy, and that's because it is getting towards the end of the year and we have, like, you know, school graduations and formals and things like that. And so, yeah, it's a busy time, and there was a lot of chatter, and, you know, the hairdressers really that I go to really vibe off that. And so everyone just wanted to chat and that sort of stuff. And I really struggled. Like, I got home and I was so exhausted, and it wasn't because I'd done anything, you know, physical that day. It was just because there was so much social you know, gatherings and chatting that I hadn't had in, you know, 2 or 3 days. But yes, I just wanted to end off by saying, like, I'm fine and I'm really excited to race tomorrow. And I do feel a little bit lethargic today, but I know that I'll feel better once I get out and do my warm up and some hurdles. Yeah, and then tomorrow morning again, I'll just do everything prep for racing.
Are they coming for you? Yeah. No, don't you think you're better off where the neighbors don't stare? Baby, you're wanted, looking good for the movie screens, living in make-believe, hoping your wishes get granted. I know you're never giving up unless it's real.
Thank you very much for watching another video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and I will see you all in my very next video.
A slippery slope, it's not enough.